don't need to see the film now, do we? Good night. Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to episode 87 of Magnificent Mondays. And this week we're doing Cockneys Vs Zombies. There it is, on splendicious Blu-ray. A British comedy zombie action film, something like that. Action zombie comedy, I don't know. But it's not a horror film, so I don't think it is. Earlier on today, hang on, Wingress is a bit quiet, but can still hear you fine. Oh, tell these blooming StreamYards lately, it's so annoying. How's that? That louder? Is that louder? Like that racing driver, you know, Nicky, what's his name? Anyway, yes, Cockneys vs Zombies from 2012. Some might say it's a rip-off of Shaun of the Dead, but it's not. It's not. It's its own thing, and it is a lot of fun. Wingress is much louder. Tiny on this thing here. Can you? Hang on, maybe you can see it. Where is it down there? This little box here that my microphone's plugged into. The tiniest little adjustment, and it's anyway. Right, so before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. We're live on YouTube, yes we are. We should be live on Rumble, yes we're live on Rumble, and we're live on Twitch as well. Jolly good. Right, so yes, Cockneys vs Zombies. Oh my, and explore the description for links such as merch, the smashing T-shirt, my books, which are still underneath my King Kong thing that I haven't moved from like 2 weeks ago. I'm so disorganised. My books, Silent Predator, short horror novella about genetically engineered big cats eating people in the North Yorkshire village. Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi action adventure about UFOs and stuff. Alien invasions, blah blah blah. It's on Amazon Kindle and paperback. Give them a whirl. I got a royalty check. Well, not a check, a payment, a royalty payment the other day. 42p, 42 pence. I can retire, move to I don't know where to move to, Rio de Janeiro or somewhere like that. Anyway, right, so we'll get on with this film, shall we? But info about it first. Right, Cockneys vs Zombies, as I said, from 2012, directed by Matthias Hohn. I don't know how to pronounce it. He's a Singapore/German, I don't know, chap. His other films film is done. That is of note is the movie, what is it? The Warrior's Gate from 2016, which I've not seen, but it was a Luc Besson/China movie. I've not seen it. And his latest film, Little Bone Lodge from 2023, a psychological thriller with a horror twist. I've not seen that either. But anyway, so that's who directed this film. It was written by James Moran and Lucas Roche, produced by James Harris, Mark Lane and Matthias Hohn as well. Stars Harry Treadaway, who you may know from Star Trek Picard and other stuff. Penny Dreadful, he's been in loads of stuff. He has an identical twin brother called Luke, who I think is an actor as well, but I think he does more theatre work. I have seen him in something, but don't ask me what. Or maybe I've just got him mixed up. Rasmus Hardiker, it's an amazing name. He's got one of those faces. If you're British, you've seen him in lots of things. I know him from a series called Saxondale, a Steve Coogan series, which I really enjoyed back in the day. Michelle Ryan, who we may know from, she was in Doctor Who, that one with the bus in the desert. She was in that one. The Bionic Woman reboot. She was in that. Georgia King, Richard Bryars, Honor Blackman, Alan Ford, Tony Selby. I'm going off memory now because the list stopped. Tony Selby, Dudley Sutton, and many more. Right, so we'll get on with it, shall we? We'll get on with it. Had a budget of £2.25 million, which is just over $3 million. Oh, I guessed that right. Earlier on, I uploaded an audio commentary for this, for members only, and I did say the budget was $2.25 million, and I said I think that's about $3 million, and because I didn't notice what it says on Wikipedia, I know what I were almost right. So there we go. Sometimes I am. He's Singapore, but after that check, you're singer rich. Yes, I am singer rich because I'm singing and I'm rich with me 42p. I mean, what's the point? Anyway, whatever. So I don't know what somebody bought. I'm guessing it might have been a hardback copy of my book. I think Josh Temple's bought one, hasn't he? I think Josh Temple's bought one, or his daughter's bought it for him. So it might be my royalties off that book. Anyway, I don't sell many. Right, so let's get on with this film, shall we? Let's get on with this film. I'm not going to watch it because YouTube will go mental and stop my channel and do all this stuff and not let me do it again. Yeah, everybody says. But no, we're watching a series of stills, and I'll try and remember things I've learned about it. There is a short making of behind the scenes on there, which I've watched. Right, so we'll get on with it, shall we? I shall make myself titchy tiny. After I've done something, there we go. After I've done that, I will pop myself down in the corner. Can never remember which one it is. That one, yes. And I'll full screen this baby. There is subtitles on this file that we're going to watch, but they're terrible. It's almost like as though they've done, you know, like the YouTube auto subtitles that always gets words wrong. It's like that, as though that it's whatever's generated the subtitles has listened to it rather than it being from the script or whatever. So that'll be fun. But anyway, right. So off we go. We shall begin. Hey, oh, hang on. We're going to do something. What we're going to do? I'm going to have just bear with me. We're just going to test this out. There we go. I don't know if you can hear that. Some really quiet piano music in the background, just to see if it just breaks up the silence. Anyway, right. So we begin. Here we go. Studio Canal. There it is. Studio Canal. Wherever I'm the Studio Canal, Studio Canal Plus in there. I think it's a French company, so you've got to say Plus. And I don't know what the difference is. But anyway. SC Films, Limelight, blah blah. It's another one of these 80 billion bloody production company idents. Right, it's still coming up. Right, so we begin. This isn't another. This is a poster. Luxurious living in the heart of East London, because it's set in because it's Cockneys versus Zombies. So it's all cold, blimey. There's no Chelsea pensioners in this, with all the buttons on. Here I thought it was Studio C, the last word. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. Anyway, where were we? Yes, so we set off. This is a sign. We're going to pan up. For some reason, there's vultures on top of this sign. Not Studio Canal. Why name me thing after a canal of all things? But anyway. All right. Fair enough. Right. I didn't think you'd be so crass, Wingrace, and so base. Because I did actually think that, but I thought, no, he's not like that. He's Wingrace. He's not like that. Oh dear. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes, vultures. For some reason, there's vultures on this sign. Obviously, to show that death is coming, but we don't get many vultures. Well, in the East End, unless they've escaped from the zoo, I don't know. But anyway, we pan up and we see we're on a building site. Here it is. There it is, a building site. This was filmed in 2011, between April and May 2011, and in the East End. London were preparing for the 2012 Olympics. So a lot of construction work were going on, so they took advantage of that in this filming. So this is what's going on here. And they're going to find something. They're going to find like a chamber. Here it is. What is it, Roman stuff? There we go. Sealed by order of King Charles II in 1666. Super legible writing that's been there for, 300 years, 400 years nearly. 350 years, we'll say. I contain multitudes. Are you legion? So there we go. So that's been sealed up. So 1666, obviously, the date of the Great Fire of London, which brought the Black Death to an end, into the plague. Some conspiracies go around that saying that the city was burned down on purpose to stop the plague and all that. I don't know if that's true, but anyway. Right, anyway, so by the way, there's lots of bad language in this film. Windgrace will like it. Anyway, so they find this hidden chamber underneath London, underneath that London. And so they go down, and I must admit, they spent the money's, they've used their £2 million well, haven't they? With some nice CG and matte paintings or whatever. There we go. They found a chamber full of skeletons, look, or skulls. But we're going to see that they're not all quite dead. Well, they may be dead, but they're not all quite still. They're looking round, and one of them's going to come. They're joking and laughing. One of them's going to come to. Here it comes from the background. Look, and I think that's a puppet. I think it's a puppet, not CG. Because he said behind you, and then he's like, "Yeah, of course, there's something." No, there's something. Windgrace says, "Stop digging up chambers of stuff." Yes, exactly. They should have had Nicolas Cage. He'd have sorted this out, wouldn't it? But, so he's saying, something behind you. And he said, "Oh, yeah, of course there is." But then it lurches out and gets him. Hang on, here it is, look. Gets him. Bites him. All blood sprays out. And then another one gets off. There we go. Another one gets this fella. Rips his face off. Oh dear. Crikey. Then we cut to titles. I won't dwell on the gore. I'll try not to. There's no nudity in this film, thank goodness. I don't think there is. Not that I noticed. So then we cut to the titles. Cockneys Vs Zombies. There we go. Starring, there we go, Rasmus Hardicke. Cool name. And Harry Treadaway, Michelle Ryan. On one of these towers or something, it says brains or something. I'm sure it says that. It says shard there, but that's obviously not the shard, is it? Unless it's been built. But anyway, that's Georgia King, Jack Doolan. A lot of these I don't know who they are. Ashley Thomas. He plays Mental Mickey. What does that say? Truman. No. I'm just going by the IMDb trivia. It said something to do with brains, and I thought that's obviously a reference to Return of the Living Dead, isn't it? But anyway, so I'm just going through it slowly. And there you go, Honor Blackman in her final screen role, effing and blinding and shooting zombies. But anyway, and Alan Ford. Yeah, from Snatch and Lock, Stock and all that. Anyway, so there we go, rats and stuff and the zombie traffic warden. Oh, pardon me, burping. I haven't even started. I'm just waiting for this. I think they're lying. I'm going to just spin past it. Anyway, so off we go, through the credits. Nice, like comic booky style credits, I must admit. Right, so we begin. Here are the two brothers, the Maguire brothers. That's Rasmus Hardicke. I love that name. What if that's his real name? I'm going to find out. Oh dear. Rasmus Hardicke. Oh, Hardicke. Sorry, not Digger. Yeah, it's his real name. It's his real name. Oh dear. Born in 1985. He's a young un. He's only 40. So how old were he when he did this? This is from 2012. So this is, what are we on, 2020? He's 13 years old. So, probably in his late 20s then, wasn't he? He was 27. So fair enough. 2012 for some reason seems a lot longer ago than it actually is to me, to my old brain. Anyway, Wingray says Al Gore is in this. Wow, it's again something I've missed. Something I've missed. He sounds like a time thief from TNG. He does, doesn't he? Yes, he does. Rasmussen, wasn't it? I forgot his name. I forgot his full name. It's like Berlinger Rasmussen. I can't remember. It was Max Headroom anyway. Right, so where were we? The Maguire brothers. Here they are. With is it a transit van? Berlinghoff, that's it. Berlinghoff Rasmussen, that's it. Yes. How close? You said I won't dwell on the gore. Oh, right, okay, yes, of course. I say things and then I forget instantly what I've said. Just in general. Not just in these shows, just in general. Anyway, where were we? Maguire brothers, right, they've got a van because they've got a plan for what's going on. There's a few stories that start off at the beginning. So we've got these two brothers. Their granddad, who's played by Alan Ford, is in an old people's home which has been sold off, and they're going to move the inhabitants, I don't know what you call them, clients, not patients, are they? Whatever, to an old people's home up north, and they don't want that to happen. Obviously, the people that live there don't want to move either, but they're moving them somewhere up north. I think it says Bradford, but I could be wrong. Which is near me. So they don't want that to happen. So they decided they're going to go rob a bank. That's what they're going to do, to get the money to, look after the old people. Because they won't be able to just buy the old people's home, will they? If it's already been sold, it's going to be pulled down and turned into flats or something. So they're just, I don't know. But anyway, that's the plan. I never said it was well thought out. And there's another thing going on with a chap that's connected with that building site we saw, who's doing something weird with the money, something like £2.5 million that's at the bank that they're going to rob. But anyway, we'll see all about that. Right, so that's the basic gist of what's going on. Anyway, so there they've got this van. So, we also learned that the two brothers, Terry and Andy, this is Andy. Andy's always opening his big fat gob. He's always saying, come on, if you think you're hard enough, you'll get me and my brother. My brother will get you and stuff like that. So I was getting into trouble, and Terry's brother is the one that gets him out of trouble. And to look at him, you'd think it'd be the other way around, because Andy looks like, the wise guy, hard man or whatever, and he looks kind of just like a bit of a nerd, doesn't he? But he ain't. Which is odd. Not playing on the stereotypes, and less on that bit of dialogue there on screen, the better. It is a very funny film, by the way. It is a funny film. I recommend you watch it. It is on Amazon, I think. But there are other ways to appreciate it. Right, so that's what they're going to do. Here he goes. He's saying, you've always got a talent for getting us into trouble. And they have these little flashbacks of him getting them into trouble with some gypsies and all that stuff. And then there's another one later which shows him in a pub, starting trouble. What happens? They nearly run over Mental Mickey. This is Mental Mickey, which is a play on Metal Mickey, which was a popular TV comedy show in the early 80s, about a robot. One of the producers of the show was Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees. But it had a robot called Metal Mickey, who used to go boogie, boogie, boogie. He was a bit like Tweaky of Buck Rogers, but looked stupid. It was actually an actual it wasn't an actual robot. It was a remote controlled thing with lights and stuff. But anyway, it was crap. But we loved it at the time. But anyway, this is Mental Mickey, and he's mental because he's mental. But he's also got a metal plate in his head. It's apparently an Iraq War wound. But there you go. A big scar on his head. He's got a metal plate in there, which has kind of sent him bonkers. So we'll get a flashback of him beating somebody up in a minute, unless it skipped past it. He could have done. But anyway, for some reason, through the course of this film, Terry here he's always standing up to mental Mickey. And we see loads of times how Mickey will just go off on somebody, start beating people up and headbutting them and all that with his metal plate, killing people. But for some reason, it doesn't with Terry. Terry stands up to him a lot, and maybe mental Mickey respects him for that. I don't know, but he goes, dented my car with his head. But anyway, off he goes. Anyway, so he's the man for the job. It did mention there was a little clip earlier on. Does it show it? Got a steel plate in his head. Oh, might be later, don't know. Anyway, right back at the building site, and he's the foreman or whatever, manager, owner, I don't know. He's on the phone to the woman at the bank to get this money out, £2.5 million, but he's gone down to get these two fellas that he wants to send to the bank to pick up this money. Gone down into this secret chamber. And obviously, it doesn't go well. He just goes in and we don't see him again. Alive. Right, so we're cutting to the old people's home now. I think this was actually filmed in an old people's home. I'm guessing a working one, because according to IMDb trivia, I don't know if it's true or not, but it says the pension home was robbed a week before shooting began on the film. So I'm guessing it maybe is a working pension home, but anyway. And Justin34's here saying, hello everyone, happy Monday, hope all is well. It's fine, my eyes are fine today. Yesterday I could not focus on anything. I was really struggling to see. It was weird. I don't know if it's my eyes or these glasses, but some days I really can't focus on things, and then the next day I'll be perfectly fine. I can see perfectly. It's weird. Maybe I've got a tumour. Anyway, right, so where were we? So we're meeting Alan Ford. Here he is. This is Ray Maguire, the granddad of Terry and Andy. There's the sign saying, coming soon, luxury apartments, modern living in the heart of London. Remember that logo we saw right at the beginning of the film? And here he is outside. Bow Bells Care Home. Obviously, Bow Bells. If you're born in the sound of the Bow Bells, that means you're a Cockney. I don't ask what the Bow Bells are. Is that a cathedral, a church? Bow Church? Don't know. I'm going to have to look it up now. Bow Bells. London. Right. Oh, St Mary Le Bow Church, of course. Yes, St Mary Le Bow Church. So that's... how was that where? According to legend, Dick Whittington heard the sound. Oh, it's from Oranges and Lemons and all that, isn't it? Yes. Anyway. Anywho, where were we? TOYG can see clearly now, the blur is gone. 'Cause I'm singer rich. Yes, I can see clearly now, the blur. I can today. Probably tomorrow I'll be back again. It's weird. Anyway, so he's telling these young'uns to clear off. They go, get out of it, you two bob toe rags. Has he ever played anything other than like a Cockney hard man, Alan Ford? I've never seen him do anything but that. But anyway, so he's telling them to clear off. But it turns out Tony Selby, I think he's called Darryl in this, who is like I think he's supposed to be, or he fancies himself as an ex-gangster. He keeps saying, I know people, I can have you killed. But he's one of the people that lives in the old folks' home. Tony Selby's most famous for... I think he's most famous for a TV series when I was a kid in the late 70s, early 80s called Get Some In, about national service in Britain in the 1950s. Anyway, he's selling them drugs. I don't know what sort of drugs. I think just the drugs he gets in the old people's home. So I'm guessing, I don't know. I have no idea what it is. Whatever drugs they give to old people, he's selling them those. Anyway, so here comes Andy and his brother. They're bringing some food to the old people's home. But anyway, so in they go. Alan gets rid of that sign because he's not happy about what's going on. And he keeps saying, you get a proper job. Keeps telling them, get a proper job. Not bringing food for those old fogies. And when I was 15, I lied about my age so I could sign up. Then it shows him killing to fight the Nazis. So here he is fighting Nazis in the war. And there's Wolf Carler, who played the Nazi in Indiana Jones, didn't he? Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh, pardon me. Windgrace says prune juice. Yes, they give that to old people, don't they? I get prune juice. I never get to drink any of it. My son drinks tons of it. He keeps telling me he doesn't like it. Anyway. Good stuff is prune juice. If you need a clear out. That's why Worf likes it. It's the drink of a warrior, isn't it? Anyway. Right, so he lied to out his age to fight the Nazis. I did look up, and Alan Ford is not old enough to have fought in the Second World War. He was born in 1938, so by the end of the war he was only 7. So he definitely did lie about his age, but never mind. Is he dating generations? It's revolting. Yeah, pretty much. But more, please. He says he needs it to go. His crackers. The stuff he eats, it should be like a tap, but that's by the by. Too much information. Right, so here he is anyway, shooting Nazis and stabbing them and all that stuff. So there we go. That's a little nod to what Ray used to get up to as a young'un. Anyway, so we're going to meet some of the other residents of the care home. We've already met Daryl selling drugs to the kids. This is I forgot what they called her. Is it Georgina? No, she's actually called Georgina, isn't she? Where's she? Georgia? Doreen. She's played by Georgina Hale. Another familiar face if you watch British comedies and dramas. She's been in loads of stuff. She's got a voice that I don't know if she always plays like middle-aged women trying to seduce young fellas. She seems to be. She's got that sort of a voice. I will play a little bit if it'll let me. Oh, for Pete's sake.
Yes, Doreen. I was wondering, my window, the catch keeps slipping.
She's got that sort of voice. Anyway, that's it. She wants to seduce Andy. Right, so anyway, so we're going through the old people's home, see some of the residents. That's the word, residents. Here's Phil Cornwell, a popular British comedy actor and impersonator. He does voices. Used to be in a series called Dead Ringers. Can't remember the names of the other people that were in Dead Ringers. I'm going to look it up. Dead Ringers TV show. TV show. No, not them. Not that. Not the thing with Rachel Weisz. Here we go. Right. He's going to tell us who's in it. Is it bloody hell? Here we go. John Culshaw. He were in it. It is John Culshaw, who was an astronomer, an amateur astronomer. It is a really good Tom Baker. Jan Ravens. Phil Cornwell. And there's one of them, but I can't remember which one it is. It might be Phil Cornwell. There's a really good impression. Well, I don't know if it's good, but it's funny. Of Alan Rickman. But I think it's Phil Cornwell. Is it one of the others? I don't know. But whatever. That's what he's famous for in the UK. Anyway, he's playing, I don't know, some inspector or something. Ray's having a go at him, saying, sling your hook and all that, or shove it up your backside. Anyway, right, so they're handing out like Meals on Wheels out there, TV dinners handing out. There's the lovely Honor Blackman, as I said, a final screen role, Pussy Galore from Goldfinger. What did she play in The Avengers? Don't say Scarlet Witch or whatever, or Black Widow, not that Avengers. I'm thinking Emma Peel, but that was Diana Rigg, wasn't it? Was she in The Avengers? Oh, well, whatever. Who does she play? I forgot her character name. Where is she? Peggy. She plays Peggy. But anyway, all these are supposed to be Cockneys, but some of them have very posh voices like Richard Bryars. But anyway. Right, so there we go. They're talking about moving up north. It's nice up north. I think they said Bradford. I'm sure they said Bradford or something. There we go. Yes, someplace up north. Bradford, I suppose. Which is near me. There's two big cities near me. Well, there's three cities, but two big ones. There's Leeds and Bradford, which are kind of like next to each other, of similar sizes. I think Leeds is a little bit bigger. Then there's Wakefield, which is a smaller city. I don't live in any of those. I live somewhere in between. She played Sean Connery in a giant furry suit in that Avengers. That is one of the worst films I've ever seen. It's awful. Ray Fiennes and Uma Thurman in it. Anyway, no, she's not in that. Anyway, so they're moving them up north, but obviously they don't really want to go. But I said, what else can we do? They're going to move us. Here's Daryl telling them, I can have you killed. And all that. I know people. Here's there he is. Dudley Sutton as Eric. Is it Eric? Let me check. I don't like my names. Dudley Sutton, where are you? Well, I'm right. Dudley Sutton as Eric. Reminds me of Charlie Drake. I don't know if you know Charlie Drake. He was a comedy actor in 50s and 60s. I think he's most famous in the UK for his. He had a single called "My Boomerang Won't Come Back." Anyway, kind of reminds me of him. He looks a bit like him. Justin 34 says, "I always had a dream to live in the UK." It's all right. It's all right. I don't mind. It's fine. When we have nice weather, we have really nice weather. And when we don't, we don't. Behave, you! The cat's starting. What are you doing? I bet you can hear that, can't you? I bet you can hear that. Get you. Oh, never mind being still. I can still see you. Right, come in. Come in. Oh, she's going to do it again, isn't she? She's so naughty. Anyway. Justin wants to live in Bath. Or as they say in Bath, Bath. That's how posh people say it. For somebody to put an R in it. Bath. I'm from Bath. No, you're not from Bath. Anyway. Obviously named, isn't it? Bath. Named after the Roman baths that are there. Anyway, right, so where were we? We learned that that Eric is always doing Cockney rhyming slang, but he always gets it wrong. So there was a, come on, hurry up, my stomach thinks me apples and pears being cut. No, apples and pears, obviously stairs. His stairs have been cut. What was the excuse? No, me throat. How does he get that? Right, he's going to say it. Apples and pears means stairs. I want to know what he says. He's going to say it. Apples and pears, cares and woes, nose in me boat race, face, throat. What? Don't you talk English? He's always do that all the way through the film. Says Wingrace, I thought you wanted to take a bath in the UK. I love the USA, but just have dreams. It's good to have dreams. I want to live on an island somewhere where there's no other people and I've got a good internet and power. But anyway. Speaking of baths, I cleaned mine today. Remember I've been saying for like that last 3 weeks or so, I've got to clean my bathroom. Finally got round to it today. Anyway. Wingrace says, I want to take my metal detector over to the UK. I want to find a cache of buried Roman coins or Viking longboats or something. I don't know. Another good series, The Detectorists. A good UK series starring Toby Jones and him from Pirates of the Caribbean, whose name I've forgotten. Oh, she's at it again. Yes. What you been naughty for, eh? You've been such a good girl these last few weeks. get you. Oh, it will. Anyway, where were we? Where were we? Right, so here we are. So they're handing out the food, and here we see people working in the gardens. I think they're clearing it all up, getting ready, I think, essentially for it being sold off or whatever. This is Richard Bryars. He plays Hamish, and he's a bit of a dirty old man. Hang on. Yes, that show is why I redeemed my credit card points to get a metal detector. All right. But I live in a young country. No, but you're up in that area of your young country where there might have been Vikings. Might there? Up in that general area. A bit-ish. Up in the northeastern part. So there might be some Viking settlements about. Or you might find, I don't know, something. Some pre-Columbian treasure. Anyway, where were we? He's a bit of a dirty old man, bless him, and he's watching. There we go. He's watching a young lady oil herself up. I don't know who plays her, but she's very nice. And I tell you, there's no nudity. It's fine. So his nurse or whatever, there we go. She comes to get him. That's Natasha. His nurse, and he fancies her as well. I'd rather have a nap with you. Oh, you cheeky bagger. Wink. She gives him a wink. Anyway, right, so they're off now to do their bank job. They're having a little flashback about their mum and dad. Saying, what would their mum and dad think? So I don't think mum and dad's, good role models. By the way, their mum and dad has passed away. We're going to learn how in a minute. They were raised by their granddad. What would mum and dad have done? And so we're showing them mum and dad's Dexter Fletcher, who were in Doom, onto the Doom movie with The Rock and Carl Urban. There's been other stuff as well, but that just sprung in my head. He also directed a big chunk of Bohemian Rhapsody after Bryan Singer had to step down for reasons. But so he directed a big chunk of that. She's been naughty, princess. She is. She's settled down. Wingrace says, I found a sealed canopic jar but thought better and buried it again. Yes, could have been a go old in there. Anyway, so Wingrace is a go old. Anyway, so this is his parents saying, giving them some advice. As they're young kids, giving them advice. Says, some people don't respect us, the working class. You can be anything you want, and then they get guns out and say, right, so, and off they go. Come on, you pigs, you'll never take us alive. And I think that was the last time they saw them. Probably not the best role models for the current situation, Andrew. Anyway, so they're going to go rob a bank. Because up to now, Terry and Andy have been, good, honest lads. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the building site, look, the government's come in, look, biohazard things and all that stuff, and the body parts and all that strewn around. So the zombies are spreading now, it seems. Justice says, my cat does that too. I'm a big history guy. Europe always fascinated me. I would love an island too, away from people, but I like people. They're alright, small doses. He has the guns from Lock, Stock. I don't know. I've seen Lock, Stock, but like just once, a long time ago. I don't remember much about it. Same with Snatch. I've seen that one as well. And Layer Cake. The sort of films I only watch once. But anyway, you could do with one of those just outside my garden there. My house is like on a bend in the street, and I've got like I park my car on the drive. It's not the drive, it's the garden that's tarmacked. But anyway, and I can't see round the corner. I could do with one of those mirrors there so I can see round the corner. She's at it again, look. She's at it again. Oh, you naughty. Do you want to go out? Eh? Do you want me to put you outside? Do you want to go outside? Eh? I'll go let the cat out just a minute. Right. Cool. I'm back. She's gone out. Where were we? Love those movies, says Justin. Layer Cake is a great movie. I did enjoy it. I can't remember much about it. Daniel Craig were in that one, wasn't he? Anyway, where were we? So anyway, though, they're in. I think that's Andy's car, which is obviously you can see is an old BMW, or oldish. Where were we? So they're gonna meet up with Davy Tuppence. I don't know if that's his real name, but that's who they're gonna meet up with. Who's gonna help them? But anyway, there's some other stuff. There's Davy Tuppence waiting at a bus stop. With the City of London behind them, or is it Docklands? Yeah, the bit that build up's become like a financial centre, hasn't it? They're picking him up in the van. There go, they're getting in. So here comes Davy Tuppence. And they're going to rob a bank. Them two are in the bank. Right, so he's saying he's got somebody inside, says there's no security stuff and all that. So they also meet up with Katie, who's played by Michelle Ryan. As I said, you may recognise her from The Bionic Woman if it lands on her face, but never mind. Also Doctor Who. Why is it not showing her? Unbelievable. Anyway, whatever. There she is. Whatever. And then they're also going to meet up with Mental Mickey. More clips of David Tuppence showing he's a bit of an idiot because robs this. It does look like robbing shops and stuff, and then he's asking the people out. He does it later on with somebody that they take hostage. He says a bit of an idiot. Want to see some of my scars? Anyway, whatever. A bit of an idiot. Right, so they're at these lockups. There's containers that they're using as lockups. Obviously, somewhere in the Docklands area of London. To meet Mental Mickey. And here he is. There he is. Got all his guns with him. The effing and blinding at each other. Bants, So there we go. This is his big gun. He describes what it is. I don't know, but he calls it Tracy. Anyway, there has been talk of a sequel. I'm guessing you mean, but I say leave it open-ended. I just can't remember how it ended. They wanted to make American Psycho remake. I don't like that. I don't think I've ever watched that one. That's Christian Bale, isn't it? I don't think I've seen that. Or if I have, I can't remember. Bet it won't be better than American Psycho 2. Is there? I don't even know the one. I love UK comedies. Grew up with them on PBS. I love Fawlty Towers, Father Ted. They're the top two for me. But anyway. Although Father Ted's technically Irish, but never mind. Anyway, so he's showing them Tracy, his shotgun. Anyway, so they're going to go rob this bank, and then he keeps telling them, remember, no shooting, we're just going to scare them and take the money and we'll be out of there in 3 minutes. Oh, pardon me. Meanwhile, they're back at the old people's home, listening to a concert by Not Chaz and Dave. So it's not showing, it never lands on the bloody people. There we go. By Not Chaz and Dave. I said there weren't going to be any Chelsea pensioners, those are the buttons sewn on, but he's got them, hasn't he? So I lied. Hang on, where were we? Mila Kunis and William Shatner. Alright, we're in American Psycho 2. I didn't even know there was one. As I said, I don't think I've sat and watched American Psycho 1. I've seen clips, everybody's seen clips from it, haven't they? But I don't think I've ever sat down and watched it. Anywho, so listening to a bit of music, bit of Cole, Blimey, Kavanagh, all that stuff. Knees at Mother Brown, knees at Mother Brown, knees at Mother Brown. Hey! All that stuff. And they're all having fun apart from Ray. Right, so what's happening now? It's Hamish. He's still got his binoculars, and he sees something going on. There we go. Zombies are coming. There's something funny going on at the building site. So the zombies are coming to the old people's home. Anyway, suddenly he slams the brakes on. There we go. Slams the brakes on, and we see. For Pete's See, there's loads of rats crossing the street. Obviously getting away from the zombies. So anyway, there we go. It says, just drive through them. It says, no, it'll clog up the wheels. Anyway, they do carry on. Head to the bank. Well, the vultures are back out again. Oh, why is it not land on them? There we go. The vultures are still flying about. As I said, not many vultures in the UK. Buzzards, up in Scotland, there's eagles and ospreys and stuff like that, but not down in London. Not as far as I know, anyway. Right, so they're arriving at the bank. Oh, wow, they've got the disguises, by the way. They're going dressed as workmen. Remember that other fella at the beginning wanted his 2 workmen chaps, who were wearing the high visibility clobber to go to the bank for him. They just happen to be dressed like they would be dressed. And they've got moustaches on to disguise themselves. Thanks to Davy Tuppence, he brought the disguises. Even Michelle Ryan wears a moustache in a minute. So we've got to put the frighteners on them. Or frightness, as the subtitle says. I said the subtitles are terrible on this. Anyway, so there we go. So she's, I can't remember. Is she Emma? Forgotten. Where is she? Georgia King. Yes, she's Emma. She got a face that I thought I've seen her in something else, and I did look her up, and I've forgotten what I've seen her in. There is something I've seen her in. Chalet Girl. She was in Chalet Girl, which you think, how the hell do you know that a film called Chalet Girl? It is surprisingly good. It's been in loads of other stuff, but I think I remember her from that. Or maybe Burke and Hare. Because I've got that over there. Simon Pegg in that, isn't it? Burke and Hare. And Andy Serkis. So, maybe it's that. Don't know. But anyway, she were in them. Oh, Michael J. Fox is in this too. You've got me thinking now. Hang on, what have I said? Anyway. Right, so she's having problems with Clive, the bank teller. I think she knows him because she knows him by name. But anyway, unless he's got a gate. No, he ain't got a name tag on. Anyway, so they go in and say they don't want any trouble. We're here for the money. But she comes out as that woman that were on the phone earlier. Oh, frighteners. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, somebody said the frighteners. They're going to put the frighteners on them, aren't they? Yes. See, I tell you, I can't think laterally. Or literally, whatever. No Michael J. Fox in this. Oh, Jeffrey Combs. What else is in it? Some of the famous people in, I've forgotten who. His co-star from Back to the Future's in it as well, into The Frighteners. It's a good film, is The Frighteners. Anyway, she comes out and says, oh, you're here for the money. She said, we don't want any trouble. Oh, it's no trouble at all, I assure you. I'll take you down. And so they go down. And they say, what's going on? I've no idea. So she takes them down to the vault. By the way, this was filmed. The bank scene were filmed in a library, an old library that, obviously they made out to look like a bank. And I'm guessing including the big vault that they're going to see in a minute. But anyway, she says, I didn't think there'd be so many of you, but obviously it soon becomes clear that they don't know what they don't know what she's on about. She's asking for forms and stuff, and they don't know. And he just gets mental Mickey just gets a gun out and says, just give us the money. We don't need no forms. So takes them down to the vault. There we go, the big old safe door. So I'm guessing obviously this. If it's filmed in a library, I'm guessing this is an old vault that they've found and installed. I have no idea. Because on the filming locations on IMDb, it's rubbish. It just says, like, East London. Is that it? 11 street scenes filmed on Leven Road in Poplar and the studio bits. Maybe this is a studio bit, I don't know. At 3 Mill Studios in Bow. Which is appropriate, isn't it? Anyway, where were we? Sean Astin's dad. Who's Sean Astin's dad now? I don't know. Is it him from Back to the Future? I don't know. So you got me looking that up now. Or you're probably thinking laterally again, and I tell you, I can't think laterally. Son of actress Patty Duke and Michael Tell. Alright, so is there somebody else? Hang on. Oh, at the time, it was incorrectly reported that entertainer Desi Arnaz Jr. was his biological father. John Astin. Oh, so John Astin is his father. All right. So obviously Michael Tell is not his actual father then. So John Astin is his dad. Is he in The Frighteners? Maybe he is. Can't remember. Anyway, so they're down in the vault with the big tube door, and they go down. They see there's £2.5 million worth in £50 notes. £50 notes. Don't ask me what it is in Cockney rhyming. Is it a pony? I don't know, or a thingy. But anyway, or a monkey. There's £2.5 million sovs in 50s. I said in the audio commentary, I've only ever had £50 notes once in my life. That when I got a bank loan to buy my first proper car. I'd had 2 cars before that, but they were all bangers. I went and got a nice car. So I got a bank loan for it for £1,500 sterling. Went to get it at the bank. They give me £50 notes. Just like that. That's the point. I've not seen any money with the king on. Obviously, these have got the Queen on, Queen Elizabeth. Because I don't use money a lot these days. I don't think I've got any money with the King's Head. Have I got any of these? No, that's the Queen Elizabeth. So they've got some coppers up here. No, that's Queen. I've not actually checked. I've just thought now. Next time I get some money, I'm going to have to check and see if it's got the King's Head on. King Charles. I keep forgetting we've got a king. Anyway, right, so there we go, £2.5 million. And they're like, oh, blimey. I think they're only expecting to get like, a few thousand or whatever. But suddenly they've got £2.5 million to get out of there. Meanwhile, these fellas are in the garden. The zombies are going to get them any minute now. There he goes looking, and then he goes, ah, like that. Jesus! Oh, the zombies have got him. Oh, they're going to get him, we don't see it. Right, so they grab the £2.5 million and they go running outside, but stop or we'll shoot. It's the police, it's the fuzz. Mental Mickey, lives by his name, that's what I'm trying to say. And start shooting with Tracy. There we are. Boom, boom, shooting with Tracy. So anyway, they go back into the bank. Did I see loads of hot dogs get shot? Yes, I did. Justin says 90% of the time I use cash, old school. I don't these days. Although I did go to the bank today and got some money out because I was going to go to the fish and chip shop. My son wanted a KFC. I don't want KFC. I'm not a big fan of KFC. It's alright, but I thought, while I'm out, I'll call at the fish and chip shop and get myself some fish and chips and mushy peas. So I went to the fish and chip shop in town, realised I didn't have any money on me, and I thought they might not like taking cards, small business and all that. So I went to the bank and got some money out. I didn't check that if that had King's Head on. Went to the fish and chip shop. They didn't have any fish and chips. They were open. She was saying, I can make you some. It'd be about 5 minutes. I says, no, I'm in a bit of a rush. So I just went, never mind. Don't matter then, see ya. So a fish and chip shop don't have any fish and chips ready. Anyway, whatever. Right, so I didn't have any fish and chips. I came home and I made myself a pan of chilli. Right, so anyway, so they've reversed back into the bank, or retreated back into the bank. So all the cops are outside. I'm guessing somebody pressed a silent alarm or whatever. Terry's moustache has somehow ended up on top of his nose. So they're wondering what to do now. So he says, right, this is a hold up. Pardon me. And Mental Mickey's got a grenade with him because he's mental. Anyway, so let me go this. So it's a bit of a standoff. Meanwhile, at the old people's home, still all singing and dancing and having a good old time. Hamish is asleep in the garden. And not Chaz and Dave are singing away. But then we see outside. Zombies are arriving outside. And then they see him. Somebody says a swear word. Anyway. Wingy says, I went to Taco Bell once and they were out of meat. Unbelievable. Why were they open? Exactly. Saying that though, when I was a kid, we wanted an ice cream van. So I'll get rid of that with swearing. There we go. Once went to, we had an ice cream van that used to come around when I was a kid. And I also remember one time he didn't have any ice cream. But he was selling stuff like Polo mints and Fox's Glacier fruits and Fox's Glacier mints. But no ice cream. Or maybe we were just lying and he just didn't want to sell any ice cream. I don't know, but anyway. But that was when I was a kid. Where were we? Zombies are coming in. Who's got an arm off? Look. Says, oh, you all right? That's so she's not going to end up well, is she? So obviously that zombie gets her. Poor Natasha gets got. So obviously the pensioners take matters into their own hands. He gets the what they call alligator lopper on this poor fella, chops his head off. There you go. Honor Blackman, Peggy, gets this zombie with the light fitting through his eye. So they all get away. Not most of them. They was back at the bank. They're still wondering what to do. By the way, they can hear the commotion outside. They can hear the commotion. So he goes, let's have a look, see what's going on. Mental Mickey decides to take hostages. Says, you can't take him. I don't want to be a hostage. I've got a heart condition. She's obviously not impressed, is Emma. But anyway, so they're going to go back outside and see what's going on. So we've got hostages, and they go outside, and obviously it's all changed. There's a big fake head there. State. So obviously everybody's dead. Zombies have arrived. And I'm like, where's the police cars gone? I thought there were loads of police cars out there, but there's one there. Look, there's one there. I thought there were loads. Maybe they drove off. I don't know. But anyway, so it's all kicked off. Zombies have arrived, and they go, what's going on? Zombies? Are you sure? Yeah, pretty sure. Anyway, so grab the money, get the van, and off they go. So they get in. But I think is it Andy that helps a woman back? She says, "I've been bit." No, does she say it? Please don't leave me with these things because she's been bit. Silly bugger. So he helps her in the back of the van and they go driving off. Right. So as they're driving away, there we go. She comes back to life, so to speak, and tries attacking them. So. Mental Mickey makes short work of her and shoots her out into the road. Here we go. Now then, is this... we're getting there. Is this a dummy that flies out, or is it a stunt woman? He shoots her. It's a really good... If it's a stunt, it's a good one. Here we go. There you go. Was that a stunt, or was that a... I don't know, I can't work it. It looked a bit like a dummy, didn't it? But I'm not sure. It might have been CG. I don't know. But whatever. It looked like it hurt. Anyway, right, so... But nobody else has been bit. Oh, right, but then shooting the gun, it sets off the dye pack in the money that they've stolen. Obviously that money's useless now-ish, or some of it is. Anyway, back at the old people's home, they're still dealing with their zombies. Can't go out the back door. They can't get out the back door. They're everywhere. There we go. So they seal themselves in. They're surrounded by zombies. Right, they've arrived at this it's like a factory. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It doesn't really explain. It's just, I don't know. Is it somewhere they know that's abandoned? I don't know. But they've arrived there, and a zombie comes, and they keep shooting him. But obviously, shoots his arm off and his legs and stuff. And then Emma says, "You've got to get him in the head." And is it here where she says it? Hang on, there we go. You got to get him in the head. But note, Mental Mickey's got bitten. I said, how do you know that? I said, everybody knows that, which is true. Looked like a real person with CGI. It could have been a bit of both, but I don't know. It looked good anyway. I think it looked good. Meanwhile, Mental Mickey's been bitten, and they don't mention anything about it for a while. But anyway, Katie comes along and deals with it and blows his head off. Because she's the girl boss. She's the actual criminal in the family. She's their cousin, by the way. She's Terry and Andy's cousin. So Ray is her granddad as well. But she's the proper criminal. She's worked in gangs and stuff like that, and done proper bank jobs, etc. All the others are amateurs. Anyway, another one's coming. Here we go. Another zombie comes round the corner. Her mother pushing a pram. So he blows her head off and then picks the kid up, and the kid turns out to be a zombie as well. Oh dear. Oh, and then he boots the baby zombie. Punt. And then Harry Treader, targeting cruelty against children. Too much in one day, surely. Anyway. Right, so they go inside, and because he's still got the zombie's mouth on his arm. Anyway, so they've got to hole up for a while and work out what's going on. And Emma says, "What about the radio? Because I think the phones aren't working. So they've got a mobile phone. They're not working." This is try the radio. So, "Man, got a radio." So, "You got a radio in the van?" So, "Oh yeah." So they go out and check the radio in the van, and that's when Katie says he's been bitten, as Mental Mickey is going to turn, so we're going to have to shoot him. But anyway, before that, there's the radio, and then he turns it on. Just as he turns it on, he says, "This is an emergency broadcast." And I hate it when they do that in films. They just happen to turn on the radio, the TV, or whatever, just at the start of the information that we need. It's never in the middle, is it? Anyway, so we've got viral infection concentrated on the East End of London. It's been sealed off as the East End of London, so it's all contained in the East End. There you go, and the army's dealing with it. So there we go. Let's just check on Rumble, make sure we're still going. Make sure nobody's in the chat. No, they're not, they never are. Let's make sure we're still going on YouTube. Yeah, and we're still going on Twitch, because Shrinking Affiliate 5 says cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Oh dear. Just at the start, and then especially when they don't turn anything off once the message is over and it's just dead air. Yes, just catch us that one time. That one time they get that vital information. What the hell? You alright? Just a minute. Bear with me. Something's up. I'll be back in a moment. isn't it? It's going to be one of them nights. It is. My son drinking some fizzy pop, and he went down the wrong hole, choking. Unbelievable. Hey, Yorkies versus Zombies is kicking off. I won't last 2 minutes. I won't last 2 minutes of zombie apocalypse. Anyway, where were we? I forgot what I was now. Forgot what I was saying. Anyway, whatever. Oh, this is Davy Tuppence asking Emma out. You know, you want to go out with me after this is all over? She says, are you out of your mind? You just kidnapped me. You've held me at gunpoint. You've endangered me. There you go. I says, yeah, well, some girls like that. Anyway, so they've got to hold them there, obviously. And Clive is saying, I'm remembering all your names and faces, because they keep calling each other by the names. So Davy, that's another. Mickey, it's another one. But obviously Mickey comes up and headbutts him like that. So keep your air hole shut. Anyway, so there you go. They're going to seal off the East End, see if they can contain it. But they've got to get out of there. But they've got to go and save Grandad. There we go. Back at the old people's home, all those zombies. And I think this is where Eric in the wheelchair is going to call them Trafalgars, I think. Got to find a way out. It's obvious, isn't it? They're vampires. Crucifixes, silver, garlic, holy water, and Christopher Lee. I think that was an ad-lib. I think that in the trivia it says that's an ad-lib, I think. Where is it? Yes, Dudley Sutton ad-libbed the Christopher Lee line. What do they need Christopher Lee for? They don't need Christopher Lee, they need Peter Cushing, don't they? Not Christopher Lee's the vampire. Come on, Dudley. Anyway, zombies outside. By the way, when it's showing all this stuff, I was thinking, you know, George A. Romero, he were a fan of Shaun of the Dead, wasn't he? Which came out before this, didn't it, I think? I'm sure it did. Yeah, I think like 2009 or something, wasn't it, Shaun of the Dead? I think. And George A. Romero were a fan of that film, wasn't he? He liked that film. And so Simon Pegg and, I can never remember his name, the director of Shaun of the Dead. I've forgotten his name. They appeared in Land of the Dead, didn't they, George Romero? And I thought, I wonder what if George Romero was aware before he passed away. Wonder if we were aware of this film. Don't know. But what would he have thought of it? Who knows? So he says, "Ha, that's a great line." Yeah. Christopher Lee. Anyway, so there's London burning, or the East End of it is so far. Somebody's sprayed help there, so you know, graffiti skills coming to use. Is that a zombie up there or a person? Looks like a zombie, doesn't it? Are they going to fall off? I've never noticed it before. I'm just looking. Doesn't show us. Probably not as bad as it looks. I hear. Who the hell is that there? Oh, it looked weird, did that, didn't it? It's Alan Ford. I thought it were a woman. Just the way his head was. Peggy's asking Ray to, you know, if one of them bites, he'll sort her out. And he says, well, yeah, of course I will. And if same happens to me, you know, you do the same. He says, yeah. And then she swears, if one of them bites me, what does he say? You finish me off. And then Honor Blackman, never thought I'd hear Honor Blackman say this.
I'll kill you stone fucking dead.
Bless her. In her final screen role. Anyway. So. Right, meanwhile back there. Need to get mental Mickey to a hospital, but obviously he doesn't want to go. Blah, blah, blah. He doesn't want to release them, obviously. We learn that Emma's sister's poorly. She wants to check on her. I did watch this earlier on, and maybe I missed, maybe I wasn't paying attention, I don't know, but I thought she found her sister and, you know, it wasn't good. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Anyway, we'll get to that later. So they're still wondering what to do. This bit goes on a bit too long for me. It's like they've padded out the film. It's only like an hour and a half is the film, but they've like over padded it. This bit in the garage. Anyway. So what's going to happen? He's standing up to Mental Mickey again, and Mental Mickey takes the keys off him. The keys to the car. Remember the BMW. So he stands up to him, but don't get the keys back. Justin says, "You ever watched George Romero's Resident Evil documentary?" Oh no, I haven't seen that one. No, I haven't seen that. Because they were originally going to do the film, wasn't it? Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil film, or not the Paul W.S. Anderson one, but it were going to do a Resident Evil film, wasn't it, before the Paul W.S. Anderson one were done. No, I've not seen that one. Not seen that. It'd have been a bit different, wouldn't it, to what Paul W.S. Anderson did. But for some reason, people like that film and don't like the second one, Resident Evil Apocalypse, which I think's better. I'm weird, I don't know. Is it new? It came out January, I think. Is it new this year? No, I've not seen it. I will look out for that. Anyway, so Mental Mickey marches off Emma and Clive. Is going to keep an eye on them. And they've got to work out what to do. A zombie comes out, there we go, and attacks them. He twists the zombie's head off. Anyway, and then puts them in this other room. And he's going to turn into a zombie soon. Wingray says, I like them both. I don't mind the Resident Evil films. Well, the first 3 maybe, or 4 even. I don't know. I can't even remember what happened in the last few. Love the Resident Evil movies except Part 3. Oh, right, okay. Part 3 was the one with Claire Redfield, wasn't it? In like a desert. In Las Vegas, wasn't it? They went to. I think. Yeah, I didn't mind it. Anyway, so they're thinking that Hamish has been got, but he's still asleep in the garden. He's only 83. So there we go, the lookout. And he's asleep, he slept right through it. But they ain't bit him yet, so he calls out, wakes him up. But obviously the zombies notice. And we learn that Hamish is a bit deaf. So he can't hear him. He said, "There's zombies, you got to get out of there, you got to run." He says, "Oh, hold on, I'll come over there." So he comes over there and we have a chase scene. He's Mutt and Jeff. So they have a chase scene. The zombies obviously can't reach him. He's there with his Zimmer frame. And the exciting music's playing. Look. Oh, it's a zombie. Oh, chase. Run. It's all amusing. He says, "Yeah, hated it." It's fine. It's fine. Don't apologise to me. Apologise to whoever made it. I can't remember who directed that one. Oh, yes, I do know who directed that one. It was Russell Mulcahy, wasn't it? Who did Highlander. He did Resident Evil 3. How do I remember that? I have no idea. I think I've only watched it once. It must have just stuck. Anyway, where were we? Run! Run! So he gets away from the zombies eventually. They decide to go out and help him. So the zombies are not catching up. But he's not really getting away. Meanwhile, Mental Mickey has tied up Emma and Clive to these girder things, zombies outside. And he's going to kind of just collapse into a chair or whatever. And turn into a zombie. Here he goes, look. He's going to turn into a zombie. Going to fall asleep and wake up a zombie. Meanwhile, he's still running away from the zombies. On the thing, there's on here. There's a video, a zombie school that they played for all the people that were going to be playing zombies. They played a zombie school video about how to be a zombie. It's like stagger, not swagger, and all that stuff. Anyway, so there we go. By the way, the credits on IMDb, if you go to the all cast and is it all cast and crew. The credits list is about 1 million miles long. As it is in the credits at the end of the film. So I don't know if there's like, they just decided to give all the zombies a credit, or if they're like Kickstarter people or whatever, I don't know, but the credits 1 million miles long. Anyway. Right, so he's gonna go and gotta go and help I forgot his name. Hamish. Is this where he does the oh no, it's not yet. Going to use Eric's wheels. Does he do another Cockney? Like, yeah, you're going to break me trouble and strife. For some reason, in the subtitles, they translate it in brackets. They don't say that. You're going to break me trouble and strife. I don't know what it means, but as I said, he always gets it wrong. So they're going to go out and get Hamish. So there you go, boof, with a big mallet. Good old Honor Blackman. What's Georgina Hale got? A whisk. She's got him getting him with a whisk. Anyway, and there's using a fire extinguisher. Right, so anyway, they save him. They save him and get back inside just in time. Meanwhile, all the zombies are almost getting through this fence wherever they are. Oh, there's a zombie, look. Looks a bit like Michael J. Fox, that one, doesn't it? If he were in Thriller, the Thriller video. Anyway, right, so... he gets a zombie, batters that. Another zombie comes with a broken mouth. They deal with him. We learn that Andy can't shoot a gun for some reason. He pulls the trick. It never works, it seems. When he pulls the trigger, safety's on or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so Mental Mickey's going to turn into a zombie now. Here he's a zombie now. And he's slavering and all sorts. Look, so they hear him screaming. We're tied up, and obviously he can't get to him because the whatever. And he's shooting Mental Mickey in the head. But remember, Mental Mickey's got a metal plate in his head. So here we go. He starts shooting him. Look, shoots, doing, and bullets just bouncing off. What the hell is his metal plate made of? Titanium. But shooting him in the head, and it's not doing any good. Oh no, I'm lying. He does shoot a gun. I thought he never shot one in the film, but he does. There we go. Shooting him in the head. Not doing any good. Remember he had that grenade? They're going to use that instead. Shoves it in his mouth. There you go. Shoves the grenade in his mouth. And says, sorry mate, pulls the pin out, and Mental Mickey passes away. There we go. Blows up. Right. And Clive picks up Tracy. So he thinks he's got the upper hand now. So he says, right, we're all going to the police, but then more zombies come. There you go, more zombies come. They said, there's zombies behind you. So, do you think I'm that stupid? Well, yeah. So they get him. And obviously, as they get him, he shoots and hits Davy Tuppence. So they go check it on Davy. Davy Tuppence dies. Meanwhile, Clive's getting ripped apart in much the way that, I forgot his name, in Shaun of the Dead, he got ripped apart. They pulled him through the window, didn't they, in Shaun of the Dead, from the pub. They're doing a similar thing here. They're ripping it off. Homaging Shaun of the Dead. What was his name? Dermot. What was it, Dermot? I can't remember his name. Anyway, whatever. He was in Black Books, wasn't he? Anyway, him. So they're killing poor Clive. He's got a heart condition. I think he just said that. I've got a heart condition. But anyway, Davy Tuppence passes away. We're losing characters. Like bloody hell. Anyway, so off they go. He gives Emma a gun and he says, we're going to save me granddad, and you can either come with us or not, or we can drop you off somewhere. He says, drop you off at my sister's. It's there where Pete's sake, I'm not showing it. But I thought I've seen her in something else. But you know what, there we go. She looks like Rachel Weisz, doesn't she there? Is it Weisz or Weisz? I don't know. You know, Daniel Craig's missus. She looks like Rachel Weisz in a blonde wig. But anyway. Rest in peace, tuppence. Meanwhile, back at the old people's home, at the Bow Bells care home, we've got to find a way to get out. Surrounded on all sides, and so we've got to get out somehow. Meanwhile, those zombies get through at the wherever factory, we'll call it. They've got to fight their way through these. Here we go, more zombie killing. They haven't got the keys, remember? Mental Mickey had the keys. He took them off Terry. So they've got to go back in to get the keys. And Andrew goes running in, and for some reason I thought he got, but he doesn't. She's dealing with a zombie. He pulls out what's left of Mental Mickey, finds the keys, and I think he's going to get got. Oh, he can't shoot because safety's on. But his brother's there, saves him. Anyway, what line he does there? There we go. I'll take you all on the sun with my brother. Stop saying that. So they go running out, kill a few more zombies. But Katie's hot-wired the car anyway, so they don't need the keys. But I presume she's smashed off the steering lock and all that. Got to, haven't you? Because somebody once did that with my car. Really annoying. Smashed off the steering lock, and then you can just start it up with a screwdriver, whatever. And they put bloody super glue in my cassette player thing. Bastards. Anyway, whatever. Right, so the zombies are there. They're in the old people's home. We've got nothing to fight them off with. And I think this is where Eric says it's crawling with Trafalgars out there. There we go. There's a lot of Trafalgars out there. I said, what's a Trafalgar? It's Cockney rhyming slang, innit? Trafalgar Square, Fox and Air. Oh, well, I'll just let him say it. There we go. We'll just listen to it.
Trafalgar Zombies rhyming slang, innit?
How is it?
Well, Trafalgar Square, Fox and Air, Airy Greek, 5-day week, weak and feeble, pins and needles, needle and stitch, Abercrombie and Fitch, Abercrombie zombie.
Innit? Oh dear. Anyway, right, so they said nobody's going to come and save them. We've got to take care of ourselves because we're old age pensioners. Meanwhile, the zombies are everywhere in the East End. So they're heading over there to some sort of council estate by the looks of it in the East End. To Emma's sisters. Here she goes running over. Evacuation notice. Mandatory evacuation order. It's also there in Arabic or whatever. And Chinese. Does it move through it a little bit? Have I missed a bit? See if it said anything else. What does it say? Something. I can't read it. It's too small. Never mind. Go to the evacuation centre, wherever that is. I don't know. But that's her sister's house. And does she go in then? Everyone's been evacuated to the Hinsman RAF base. What the hell's that? Never heard of it. I'll check inside. Oh, but I think they do find a sister then. But I don't know if they show it. Yes, it just says, oh no. So, they might find a cure. I've always thought that. You know, these zombie films, they're going to go around blowing zombies away, shooting their heads off and all that stuff. What if they found a cure? Not for them that they've killed, but never mind. I must have missed this bit when I watched it earlier on. When I was doing the blooming audio commentary earlier on, I must have been looking something up. I think I was, because I had my tab. No, I actually did it here on my computer, the audio commentary, and I was probably looking something up and missed that bit. Yes, so her sister's not with us anymore. So she goes with them. Right, more zombies. Oh, these are the football hooligan zombies. So I'm guessing some are from West Ham. That's West Ham's colours, I think. And I'm guessing the ones in blue are, I don't know, Chelsea. I don't know, to be honest, but I know Chelsea wear blue. So even though they're zombies, they still hate each other and still fight each other. There you go. Even when they're zombies, they can't stand each other because, you know, football hooligans and all that stuff. Very amusing. Right, so they get away. There we go. You can tell it's in London. There's a red phone box. You don't see many of them these days. I bet you can buy them on like eBay. I'm going to look. I bet they cost a lot of money as well. Let's have a look on eBay. See if you can buy them. Oh, I don't want to sign in because I can't remember. They're going to let me. Has it signed me in? Oh, it has signed me in. Right, fair enough. Red phone box. Have a look. Oh, yes, you can buy them on eBay. K6 red telephone box. 1,500 quid. Or best offer. No bids. There's another one here for 500 quid. Plus £75 delivery. Like I say, about £1,000. There's one there for £10,000 or best offer. But so yes, you can get them on eBay if you want to buy your own. Justin says, I miss the old payphones. Yes, so does Superman. Well, he can't change. He's got to use revolving doors and stuff, hasn't he? Anyway, right, so there they go. Heading back to the car, and got to head to the old people's home to save Grandad. Before that, they got to go to Mental Mickey's lockup. Do they still have them in the UK? Yeah, but not as many now. There used to be one at the end of my street down at the end of the road. But it's not there anymore. There's just a big gap. That built a wall around it. It'd been there that long, and the phone box that built a wall around it. And now there's just a big square gap where there used to be a phone box. Pardon me. There's some in the town centre. Most people have mobiles now, don't they? Right, so they've gone to Mental Mickey's lockup, and he's got loads of guns in there. There we go. Tell you. So they're tooling up with guns and stuff. There, she's found a sword, a samurai sword. Right. Oh, and look, even Emma's got tooled up. Don't ask me what she's got. I don't know. If Quest were here, they'd tell us what all these guns were. Right, so zombie, and another one. Yes, he says to Michelle, because they wondered how they're going to fit all the old people in their car, and he looks and he says to Michelle, Ryan, Katie, can you hotwire anything? And then she says, yeah, of course I can. And then we cut to they've got a bus, the King's Cross Mile End Bow Church bus, the 205. So they've got that good old double-decker bus, and they're running over zombies and all sorts, having fun. And that train's still working. That train's still working somehow. And he stops at a red light. And I said, "What you stopped for? You know, it's the apocalypse. What have you stopped for?" Says, Mental Mickey was American. It must have been guns, yes. Anyway, so then just drive. Says, oh, excuse me for obeying the highway code. Anyway, zombie gets on the bus and she blows him away. Get off our bus, says Michelle Ryan. She got that hat on backwards, hasn't she? I just noticed that helmet. Bless her. Anyway, so they carry on. There we go. Aerial shot of London. Can we make anything out in London? There's some sort of stadium there. I don't know. Is this must be the East End then? I'm guessing. I can't see the river. I don't know. I know bugger all about. I've been to London once when I was a kid. I was 11, and I went to London on a school trip. We did loads of stuff in one day. We went to the British Museum where they had a Pompeii exhibition. We went to Trafalgar Square, the National Gallery. We went on the London Underground thing. We went to Buckingham Palace and watched the changing of the guard. Did loads of stuff in one day. Anyway. But I don't know. That's obviously one of the football grounds, I imagine. Don't ask me which one. Right, so here we go. They're arriving at the Bow Bells Care Home. They're surrounded by zombies, and they need a diversion to draw the zombies away. So Emma's gonna use the bus to lure them away, so the others can get into the old people's home and save Grandad and his friends. Justin says, "We do love our guns, Steve." I know you do. Bless you. Bless you. Anyway. Right, so they sneak off. The zombies obviously don't see them, and Emma comes round, runs round, says, "Come on, you lot!" And she gets in the bus and drives the bus, and they follow the bus. There she is, look. And there we go. And they climb up the ladder, they get on the roof, and I'm thinking, how's he got up there? How's that zombie got up on the roof? But then we find out in a minute. She kicks that one off the roof, but then we see there's like some, I don't know, some apartments there. I don't know. It's come from one of them, apparently. So they deal with those. Right. So they find a skylight or whatever, and picks the padlock, because she can pick padlocks as well as hot wire cars and buses. So she does that, and they nearly get stabbed in the face by Ray. Yeah, go F your souls, you zombie bastards. But says, "Oh, Grandad, stop calling me Grandad. It makes me sound old." Yep, how they get up on the roof? I said, I must through that other flat or whatever. They must have gone up the stairs or something. I don't know. Anyway, so they said, "Come here to save you." Oh, look, we saved. Anyway, so they said, climb up, and we've got a double-decker bus. We'll get you away. And said, Eric said, "Oh, does this say here?" Goes through this list. "You're having a tin bath," and then. Translation: "You're having a tin bath, ain't you?" Eric's a raspberry ripple. Daryl's got his bad leg. Hamish is on his third hip replacement. Anyway, so they can't get up the ladder. So it's like, well, come down then. Got to work out how they're going to get them out. And they said, "We've got all these guns." They said, "Oh, now you're talking my language. So now we're going to have loads of old biddies with machine guns and stuff and shotguns." Obviously, Eric's just shooting it off. I said, "Give over." Right, so here we go. We're gonna blow their way out. There we go, with grenades and stuff, and there we go. So you got to get him in the head. He says, "I know where to shoot him." So here we go. So fun and games ensues as they're shooting zombies and all that stuff. But there we go. She shoots that one. But Hamish comes across Natasha in a bit. This one's funny as well, because this zombie's chewing away. Wrong leg, silly bullet. It don't say that, does it? It don't say silver bullet or silly bullet. What does he say? I want to know what he says.
Wrong leg, silly bollocks.
Oh, silly bollocks. Silly bullet. Oh dear. He's got a fake leg, by the way, which I didn't realise until this part of the film. There you go, he's got a prosthetic leg. So he beats the zombie to death with his prosthetic leg, just like what happened on Friday Night SmackDown a couple of weeks ago, didn't it, Justin? Somebody give Montez Ford his prosthetic leg, hit him with the leg, and he did, and it was very funny in that amazing tables, ladders and chairs match. Anywho, Bricktop Ray, I have no idea what that means. So he deals with that zombie. This is where Hamish finds Natasha. Remember, he liked Natasha, his nurse. "Hello, Natasha," but she's a zombie now. There we go. So he shoots her. I don't fancy you anymore. So he shoots her. Oh, Natasha, put her out of her misery. That was really sad. So anyway, so they deal with all the zombies and stuff. Here comes Eric with one of my favourite lines of the film. Eight-legged zombie. I just paused that well, didn't I? Eight-legged zombie. That was funny. Ray was called Bricktop in Snatch. I can't remember. I've seen it once and I can't remember. Let's make sure we're still okay, by the way. Yeah, we are. He was the big bad. Yes, like I say, it's a long time since I've seen. I can't even remember what happens in it. Snatch, the one with Brad Pitt. Is that Snatch? He plays like the gypsy fighting chap. Is that Snatch? I think it is, isn't it? Or is that Lockstock? I get them mixed up. I can't remember which. They all blur together. Anyway, right, so they're shooting their way out of the old people's home to get on the bus. Gordon Bennett, God blind me. Is that the translation of Gordon Bennett? I don't know. I thought it was just a saying. Brad Pitt was Mickey. Oh, nice. He was in it. Right, so there we go. The bus comes back. They all pile on the bus and head away. Oh, and he remembers the Zimmer frame. Remembers Hamish's Zimmer frame. And Eric's wheelchair. And this is where Ray learns that they robbed the bank because he sees these bags. He says, "You got more guns in there?" And says, "No, it's money." So we robbed the bank so he wouldn't have to go move up north. So he's angry because he didn't want them to become like their parents, like criminals. But in the end, he says, "I'm impressed. But if you try anything like this again, I'll come back and haunt you," or whatever he says. Anyway, so they've got to work out where they've got to go. Stop calling me granddad. Right, so, the bus breaks down. There we go. "You've blown the train's axle." No, broke the gearbox. So they've got to go to the docks. They're near the river, so they head down to the docks. Pardon me. Zombies in pursuit. There we are. They find a boat and get on the boat, and they're about to set off, but it's still moored with a big chain. Look, so what's his face? Ray. I keep wanting to call him Alan Ford. Ray says, "I'll deal with this." What's that gun? Is it an M16? I don't know. As I said, firearms are not my thing. He says, "I'll deal with this." He says, "What are you doing?" I go, "No," he's going. So he undoes that, and then all the zombies pile on him. And you think that must be the end of Ray. But I don't know what they're doing with him. What a right. Oh, right. Justice says, "Yes, M16, see." It's a wild stab in the dark. The only one I really know is like an MP5. Oh, and P90. I always know P90 from Stargate. An MP5. Because I made one out of foam. It's in the shed. But anyway, they're not getting Ray. But they think they're getting Ray. But I don't know what they're doing with him. They're just pawing at him. I don't know. Because, spoilers, he's fine. Because Andy's going to go out and deal with it. And the others to save Ray. She says, "I'll take the lot of you." And he comes out. So will his brother and his cousin. And they're just about to start shooting them, but then they all start blowing up. And there we go. We see that Ray's fine. He's shooting them all with his M16. So what are they doing with him? I don't know. They're just like going like at him and not ripping him apart like they did with poor Clive. It's Alan Ford, isn't it? He's tough. So they've got to fight their way now. There's loads of. This is the big fight scene with loads of zombies being got, and all that stuff. She's using her samurai sword, and she gets this fella and chops his legs off. And there's Phil Cornwell, comes back from earlier on. He's a zombie now. What do they do with him? Oh yeah, not you again. So they blow him away. There we go. They've got to shoot him in the head, but for some reason, there we go. They do. Right, so they get on the boat and they escape, and I think that's pretty much it. They think, right, can get out the East End, because remember it's contained in the East End. They see loads of helicopters and stuff fly over in a minute. They've been through worse, and he does a speech. We'll do it like we used to do it in the old days. I'm going to round up every natter and we'll deal with it like we did in my day. Oh, really, bish, bosh, bosh, and all that stuff. Like we've done it for centuries. We will prevail, etc. Get the F out of my East End, and then it ends. It goes to the credits. There we go. So, cool film. Alan Ford is in Lock, Stock also. Yes, he was, yes. I've seen him in other things as well. I can't think off the top of my head. What else have I seen him in? What else have I seen him in? He always plays, you know, like a Cockney hard man, doesn't he? I think that's all he can do. What else have I seen him in? Yes, in American Wolf in London. He played that taxi driver, didn't he, in American Wolf in London? Reminds me of the days out Demon Barbara Fleet Street. That bit of American Werewolf. What else have I seen him in? There's been loads of stuff, but stuff I've not seen. He were in the Sweeney movie, which I've not seen. Strippers versus Werewolves, which I think I've got somewhere on DVD. I've never got round to watching it. Anyway. I don't bloody know. Anyway, whatever. I'm sure I've seen him in something, you know, that you wouldn't think to see him in, but I can't see it in the list here unless I'm not focusing on it with my stupid eyes. I don't know. He did the voice in Thunderbirds Are Go, you know, the anime, the CG thing. It wasn't very good. It was a voice in the Diablo 4 game. There you go. No, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. He's still living, I believe. Yes, he is, yes. Steve, what is a nutter? It's a crazy person. I forget sometimes. I think the word nutter, I think everybody knows what a nutter is. It's like a lunatic, a crazy person. That's what a nutter is. Because they go around nutting people, don't they? Like that. Going to nut you. Not nut as in the other definition of that word. But the young ones like these days. A nutter is a crazy person who, will get you. Cool, get you, because I'm a bit of a nut of me. Anyway, so there we go. So that's the end of Cockneys Vs Zombies. Huge amount of fun. Got to be late 80s. Okay, a loon. Yes, that's what a nutter is. But a nutter will beat you up. It's not just a crazy person. It's like, what's his face? Mental Mickey. He were a nutter, wasn't he? He were a nutter. A violent person is usually a nutter. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying now. It's a fun film. Like I say, zombies and gore and fun and games, and like I say, you can get it on Blu-ray and it's worth it. It's very inexpensive. And it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Surprisingly. Anyway, so there we go. So that's the end of that. I'll show you the credits at the end. The credits go on for ages, and I don't know what the longest credits are for a film, but what are they for this? Let's have a look. This must be up there. Out of my East End. Right, what are we on? 122, we'll call it. And then the film ends on 120. There's 6 minutes. That's not too bad, is it? But loads of zombies, look. Huge cast list. Anyway. Care home zombies. Does all the cast, not cast, all the crew and stuff, and then it just tells you all who played all the zombies. So it's nice that all the zombies got a credit, isn't it? Which is nice. Anyway, what did that say then? Oh, Paul Wanklin. That's got an unfortunate name if you're British. But he got picked on at school. And me. Oh, yes. I want to look at the songs at the end of the film. That'll be before the zombie. There we go. I couldn't remember the songs that we're hearing. It Monster, The Automatic, I Predict a Riot, Kaiser Chiefs, of course, Kaiser Chiefs from Leeds. Suede, Film Star, and there's a song at the end. I don't know what the song is at the end. I don't know. I thought it was something anew. It might be that one. Might be that Film Star. But yes, earlier on we heard I Predict a Riot. That's when the football zombies are fighting each other, football hooligan zombies. And then at the beginning the song is Monster. Something's coming over the hill, is it a monster? That song, because I'm, brilliant singer. Anyway, right, so there we go. That's the end. That's the end of Cockneys Vs Zombies. Windgrace has had enough of listening to me talking. Say, take care, y'all. See you later, mate. I've done now, honest, I have. Right, we'll leave it there. Done and dusted for another week. That was Cockneys Vs Zombies. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Right, what's coming up next? What are we on? Monday, Wednesday. It'll be either Star Trek Deep Space Nine Season 2, my view, my opinion on each episode, if I ever get around to finishing it, or top 5 favourite films of 1993. We will see, won't we? On Friday, for Friday Night Point with You, we'll be carrying on with my series of Hammer House of Horror, the next 2 episodes, which I can't remember what they are, but I've set it up. So that's that. And next week's, where the hell have I put it? Next week's Magnificent Monday is the original Predator, which I was surprised I hadn't done. I had to check twice on my list to make sure I hadn't already done it. I thought I had. But the original Predator from 1987. That's next week. So that should be fun. And then the week after that is Star Wars week. We're doing Phantom Menace and Empire Strikes Back. Right. Anyway, so we'll leave it there. We will leave it there. So, thanks Windgrace and Justin34 for keeping me company while I waffle on about Cockneys taking on zombies. I don't think anybody else popped in, did they? I'm just double checking. Let's have a quick look on Rumble, make sure nobody's left a message on there. No, they never do. But thanks Shrinking Affiliate 5 on Twitch. Dear, never mind. Right, so we'll leave it there. We will leave it there. So thanks for watching, and wherever you are, look after each other. Hang on, I sort myself out. Look after each other, and until next time, where the hell is it? There we go. And until next time, I'll say the